Jai Hind, dear students. I am Vijay Krishna Mallik, welcoming you to Pass Academy Soro. So, dear students, we already read how to change a declarative sentence into passive voice. So, our today's topic is how to change an interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, as well as exclamatory sentence into passive voice. Dear students, we already read in our previous class how to change a declarative sentence into passive voice. So today we are going to learn how to change an interrogative sentence, dear students. As we know, what is an interrogative sentence? What is an interrogative sentence? A sentence which makes a question. Normally, a sentence which asks a question, that is known as interrogative sentence, dear students. So today we are going to convert an active voice into passive, which is in interrogative form, which sentence asks such questions, right? So how to change an interrogative sentence? So dear students, the rules are same as I told you in the previous class. How to change the sentence form, like if our sentence is in present simple, we will normally convert into present continuous. So the all rules are, dear students, all rules are same. So just look at the example, dear students, how to change an interrogative sentence into passive voice. Our first example, dear students, that is present simple. Present simple is our first example, and the sentence is, does Mr. Das build the Kasturi Dam? It is in active voice, dear student. Look at the helping verb here. As it is in interrogative form, so it is starts with the helping verb, that is does, and Mr. Das is the third form. So we use there does. So does Mr. Das build the Kasturi Dam? Okay, does Mr. Das build the Kasturi Dam? So it is in active voice, dear students. And remember, if a sentence is in interrogative sentence, we will convert into passive voice, and the sentence also in interrogative sentence in passive voice. So dear student, remember this one an interrogative sentence, and if we will convert into passive voice, it's also will be in interrogative form. So dear students, look at the sentence. As per the rule, this sentence is in present simple. So if this sentence is in present simple, dear students, so if our sentence is in present simple, we will convert into this one present continuous. Okay, so this one the subject, right? Mr. Das is the subject, dear students. Here, build the Kasturi Dam, this one verb, and the Kasturi Dam is the object, dear students. So if the object is the Kasturi Dam, it will be subject. So we normally convert the word, the object became subject here. Kasturi Dam. Kasturi Dam. The Kasturi Dam. Okay, the Kasturi Dam. But while we are converting an active voice into passive voice, and if it is in interrogative form, so our passive voice also in interrogative form. And if a sentence is in interrogative form, it will normally begins with a helping verb, right? So as it is singular, Kasturi Dam is singular, we will choose is am are. So among of is am are, we cannot use am, we cannot use are. So which word we will use? This one is. So is the Kasturi Dam, the third form of build, that is built by Mr. Das, and we normally put here the question mark. Okay. Next, our next example, dear students, that is present continuous form. In present continuous form, okay. Are you playing cricket? Are you playing cricket? And it is in active voice, dear student. So are, here are. Why did we use are here? Because this one second person, we cannot use is or am with are, right? With you. So we use here are. Are you playing cricket? And it is var plus ing, right? Var plus ing. So if our sentence is in var plus ing, what we will use in passive voice? We will use being, right? Being, according to the rule, we will use being. So dear student, look at the sentence. You are playing cricket. So cricket is the object, right? So here, dear student, you is the subject, this one subject, dear student, playing is the verb, this one verb, and cricket is the object, right? So now we will convert into passive voice. So object became subject, dear student. So cricket is the object, it will become the subject, and cricket is singular, right? So if a word is singular, our subject is singular, we will use is, am, are. Why? Because our active voice is in present continuous form, right? So we have to change it into present perfect. So cricket is the object, we use here as the subject. So it will begin with the helping verb is, because cricket is singular. So is cricket being. Why did we use being? Because it is in continuous form. So is cricket being played by you? Here you is the subject and the objective form of you also you. Okay, clear? And we will put here a question mark. Is cricket being played by you? I hope you understood, guys. So here has our next example, dear student, which is in present perfect form. So our next example is in present perfect form, dear students. So present perfect, had she eat the cake? So dear student, remember, a present perfect sentence, the structure of a present perfect sentence, the structure of a present perfect sentence, dear student, that is subject plus has or have plus V3 plus object, dear students. This is the structure of a perfect sentence, a present perfect sentence. And as it is in interrogative form, so the helping verb come to the first person, first position, right? To the beginning. So has she eat the cake? Here has is the helping verb. Dear students, there is a small error here, typing error. So it will be eaten. Eaten, dear students. Make a small correction here. Eaten. Has she eaten the cake? Dear student, our active voice is in present perfect. So has is the helping verb. See, why did we use has? Because of this word. Because it's third person, so we use here has. Has she eaten? The third form of eat, that is eaten. Eaten the cake. So the cake is the object, dear student. So we make here the subject, and the cake is also a third person, right? So has the cake been, because this sentence is in present perfect. So according to the rule, if our sentence is in present perfect tense, we will change into present perfect continuous. Okay, so here as has the cake, we use been eaten, v3 form of the eat, of the verb eat, that is has the cake been eaten by, she became here object her. So the subjective form is she, and when it come to the object position, it will be her. Okay, so now we already finished with sentences in present form. So dear student, now we will go for the next, that is past simple. If our sentence is in past form, we already learn how to change if a sentence is in present form. So now we are going to learn how to change if a sentence is in past form. The same rule, the same idea, dear students, that is past simple. Our first example is, did the lawyer dismiss his case? Did the lawyer dismiss his case? So dear student, here did is the helping verb, and as it is in interrogative form, we begin with the helping verb, that is did. Did the lawyer, the lawyer is the, dear students, this one subject, and this one verb, good, and his case, this one object, dear student. So here object is his case, so we will bring it to the subject place. So his case, and as it is in present simple form, simple past form, so we will use here the next form of the verb, I mean past continuous, like was and were, was and were. So his case, this one singular, right? So which one we will take? This one, was. So was his case, and the third form of dismiss, that is dismissed, dismissed and dismissed. So we use here v3. dismissed by the lawyer. The subject became the object. Good. Next, our next example, that is past continuous, which is in past continuous form, dear student. Where they killing the snake. Why did we use here they? Because why did we use where? Because of the word they. They means plural, right? So we use where, and it is in past form. Where they killing, it means var plus ing, dear student. Killing the snake, and the snake is the object. So according to the rule, the snake is the object, it will become the subject, and it is singular, so we will use was and were. So among of was and were, we will use was. So was the snake being, we will use being because it is in continuous form, dear student. So we will use here being. Was the snake being v3 of kill, that is killed by them. They became them. Okay, there is the subjective form, and when it come to the objective position, it will become them. So our next example, dear student, past perfect. Had Lord Ram killed Ravana. Had Lord Ram killed Ravana. So here, as it is in past perfect tense, so we use instead of has and have. In present perfect tense, we use has and have, but when it comes to the past perfect, we use here had. Lord Ram is the subject, and killed is the third form of the verb, and Ravana is the object. So object becomes subject, and we will begin with the helping verb had. Had Ravana been killed by Lord Ram. Killed is the third form of kill. Okay. So our next example, that is student, that is future. If our sentence is in future form, in its future tense, so what will be the changes made in passive voice? So our first example, dear student, in future simple structure, that is subject plus shall and will, dear student, then verb first form, then object. This one is the structure of our simple future tense. So according to the structure, it is in interrogative form. The helping verb come to the begin. So will Mr. Das buy a plot of land here? Buy a plot of land here. This one. Buy is the verb form, and a plot is the object, and Mr. Das is the subject. Dear student, according to the rule, we put the object into subject in passive voice. So we will use here the helping verb, and will a plot. A plot is the object, a plot of land. It became the subject. Will a plot of land be bought by Mr. Das here? The third form of buy, that is bought, right? Will a plot of land be, because it is in future simple, we will make it future continuous, right? So we will use be here. Will a plot of land be bought by Mr. Das here? Our next form, that is future continuous, and we know according to the rule we cannot change a future continuous into passive. We cannot convert, right? So our next form, that is future perfect. Future perfect, dear student, will the artist have finished the painting? Here the artist is the subject. This one subject, right? Have finished. Finished is the third form, v3. The painting is the object, dear student, object. So will the artist have finished the painting? So according to the rule, the object is the painting, so it will come to the subject place. So will the painting have, and it is in future perfect, so we will change into future perfect continuous, dear student. So will the painting have been finished by the artist? Clear? I hope you understood how to change an interrogative sentence into passive voice, dear students. So now we already learned how to change a declarative sentence into passive voice, how to change an interrogative sentence into passive voice. Now we have two more type of sentence, that is how to change an imperative sentence into passive voice and how to change an exclamatory sentence into passive voice, dear students. The rule will remain same, but there's some way to change an imperative sentence and an exclamatory sentence into passive voice, dear students. So dear student, we already learned how to change a declarative sentence into passive voice as well as how to change an interrogative sentence into passive voice. So now we will go for the next two other types of sentence, that is imperative sentence and an exclamatory sentence. So dear students, now we are going to solve how to change an imperative sentence into passive voice, dear student. So how to change an imperative sentence, dear student? What is an imperative sentence? As we know, if a sentence makes an order, command, request, suggestion, that is known as an imperative sentence. So look at the example, dear students. The structure of active voice. The structure of active voice in imperative form, that is verb plus object, dear student. That is verb plus object. And while we will convert into passive voice, it will be let plus object plus be plus third form of the main verb. So there is a simple note and short note for you, dear student, that is use let. Use let. We have to use let in passive voice while we are converting an imperative sentence into passive voice. So use let in passive voice while converting an imperative sentence into passive voice. We have to use let. Okay. So now I will give you an example, dear students. It will be easy to understand. So open the door. Open the door. Look at the example, dear student. Here open is the verb. This one verb, right? Open is the verb and the door is the object, dear student. Here door is the object. Open the door. This sentence makes an order, right? Open the door. So now we will change it into passive voice, dear student. So open the door, dear student. This one object and this one subject. So according to the rule, we have to use here let. Let the object, the door. Let the door. Now we will use here be. Let the door be, and third form of open, that is opened. Open, opened, open. Let the door be opened. This one our passive voice, dear student. This one passive voice. This one active voice. So it's very simple how to convert an active voice into passive voice, which is in imperative form. So open the door and we use here let, and the door is the object. We use here the object and we use be, and the third form of the verb, that is open, here open. I hope you understood, dear student, how to change an imperative sentence into passive voice. Now we will go for the next structure of the imperative sentence or next structure. Dear student, look at the examples here. The sentence denoting order with transitive verb. The sentence denoting order with a transitive verb. If there is a transitive verb in our imperative sentence in active voice, so what will be the passive voice? As we took the example, dear student, transitive verb. Verb plus object. In transitive verb, the imperative sentence structure will be verb plus object, like active voice into passive voice. In active voice, the verb plus object, but in passive voice, let plus object plus be plus V3 form of the main verb. So we already took the example, open the door, and it became let the door be opened. Here transitive verb, open. Okay. So here passive voice, here active voice. Another example. Look at the another example, dear student. That is bring a glass of water. Bring a glass of water. Here bring is the verb. A glass of water is the object, dear student. So it's a transitive verb. Okay. Bring is the transitive verb. So according to the rule, we have to use let. So we use here let, and this one object, dear student. Let a glass of water. Let a glass of water, and we will use be. Then third form of bring, that is brought. Now another rule, another structure, sentence denoting order with intransitive verb. Sentence denoting order with intransitive verb. If there is a sentence is in imperative sentence, imperative form, and if there is an intransitive verb form, so what will be the structure, dear student? So now come to the example, that is active voice, verb 1 plus other words. So if there is and there is an intransitive verb form, so the structure of active voice is verb first form plus other words. And while we will convert into passive voice, dear student, we have to use this one, you are ordered to, you are ordered to. If there is an intransitive verb form, so we cannot use let here, we have to use you are ordered to, then v1, then other word of the sentence, dear student, then other word of the student. So dear student, now I will give you certain examples that it will be easy to understand how to convert if there is an intransitive verb denoting order. Now dear students, look at the example which is in active voice and having an intransitive verb. So look at the example, stand up on the bench. Stand up on the bench. Here, stand up on the bench. Intransitive verb, right? So in passive voice, we have to use you are ordered. You are ordered to. Here, third form of the verb. You are ordered to. Then verb first form like stand up plus other word of the sentence on the bench. This one other word of the sentence, right? Here stand up, stand up. This one the verb v1 form, and on the bench this one other word. Other words of the sentence. Other word of the sentence, dear student. So you are ordered to stand up on the bench. Next example, dear student. Our next example, go there at once. Go there at once. It is in active voice. So here go is the verb first form. We know go, went, gone. So here go is the first form. There at once is the other part of the sentence. Other part of the sentence, dear student. So now we will convert into passive voice. So we have to use, because it is an intransitive verb form. So we use you are ordered to. You are ordered to go. This one verb first form. There at once. This one other word. Other word of the other words of the sentence, dear student. So we have to convert you are ordered to go there at once. Okay, clear? I hope you understood, dear student. Okay, so our next rule, active voice. If active voice starting with let, so we already knew how to change if the sentence is in which denoting order with transitive verb, right? We use let at the beginning of the sentence, like open the door, let the door be opened. We use let with the transitive verb, which performing an order. So here we already learned how to change into passive voice if there is an intransitive verb form. So now if rule 3, that is this one 3, how to change if a verb, if an active voice begins with let, if there is already let, so how to change? So dear student, our structure will be let plus object, noun plus b1 plus object. This one, let plus object, dear student. So how to change? We have to use in passive voice let plus object, then we will use be, then v3, then by plus agent. It means the remaining part of the sentence. So now come to the example, dear student. It will be easy to understand. So our first example, which is in active voice and it begins with let, dear student. Let him complete the work. Here let him complete the work. So what is the structure, dear students? We have already learned here. Let plus object plus b plus v3 plus by plus agent, right? Okay. So our example, dear student, let him complete the work. So we have to convert into passive voice. So if a sentence is in active voice and which begins with let, while we will convert into passive voice, we also begin with begin with let. So let the work, here the object is the work, right? Let the work be completed, third form of the main verb, completed by him, right? Let the work be completed by him. Our next example, dear student, that is let us discuss the matter. Let us discuss the matter. Here let, it begins with let. So while we will convert into passive, we use let. Here the matter is the object. Let the matter be discussed, third form of discuss, that is discussed by us, by us. Clear? I hope you understand, dear student. So dear students, we already learn how to change an imperative sentence into passive voice. So now we have the final type of sentence, that is exclamatory sentence. Dear student, how to change an exclamatory sentence into passive voice? If there is an exclamatory sentence, how to change? What is an exclamatory sentence, dear students? If a sentence express a strong feeling of mind, that is known as exclamatory sentence, right? Like what a shame, oh my god, that kind of sentence, they are known as exclamatory sentence, right? So if there is an exclamatory sentence, how to change into, how to convert into passive voice, dear student? So how to change, if there is an exclamatory sentence, if there is an exclamatory sentence, how to change into passive voice? The structure is very simple, dear student. Active voice, the active voice will be, if there is an imperative exclamatory sentence, the structure will be what plus a or an plus noun plus subject plus verb to be. Verb to be means is a more, that be verb, okay, that is verb to be. If our sentence is in exclamatory sentence, the structure will be what plus a or an plus noun plus subject plus verb to be. So how to express in passive this kind of sentence? So we can convert the active voice which is in exclamatory sentence into two ways. So this one, the first way, dear students, passive voice. It is exclaimed that, we will convert into passive with the beginning of the word, like it is exclaimed that plus subject plus verb to be plus a or an plus we have to add an adjective in passive voice. Yes, if a sentence is in exclamatory sentence form plus noun. This one the first way to convert an exclamatory sentence into passive voice. So now there is another way, that is subject plus verb to be plus exclaimed to be plus a or an plus adjective plus noun. So how to convert? Now we will take some examples, dear student. So the first example, dear student, that is in active voice, what a man you are. This symbol known as exclamatory sentence, dear student. So our first example, what a man you are, what a man you are. We are, expressed with strong feelings. What a man you are. So here it begins with what, right? According to the structure, it begins with what plus a plus this one man. This one man means noun. This one subject you, and this one are verb to be. So how can we convert into passive, dear students? According to the rule, look at the rule. It is exclaimed that plus subject plus verb to be plus a or an plus we will add an adjective according to our way, according to our mood. Which adjective we can add, we can use in the passive voice, right? So now look at the example, dear student. What a man you are. This is in active voice. So now we will convert into passive voice, dear student. So it is this one the first formula. It is exclaimed that. It is exclaimed that. Then subject you. Then verb to be are. Then a or n. Here a, right? If there is n, we have to use here n. So it is exclaimed that you are a, and this one an adjective. we use here. If we want to use here full, we can use full. If we want to use any other adjective, we can use. So here it is exclaimed that you are a, this one adjective, additionally we add into passive voice. It is exclaimed that you are a great man, this one noun, right? What a man you are. So according to the rule, it is exclaimed that you are a great man. This word is an adjective, we add it in additionally while we are converting an active voice into passive voice, which is in exclamatory form, dear student. So now next, that is in the another formula. You are exclaimed to be, you are exclaimed to be, our another formula, dear student. This one, dear student, we have to use here first subject plus verb to be plus exclaimed to be plus a or an plus adjective plus noun. So you is the subject here, right? So you are exclaimed, you are exclaimed. Here you is the subject and are is the verb to be. So you are exclaimed to be a great man. Here a is the word here, and great is an adjective and man is the noun, right? Look at the second example, dear student, that is which is in active voice. What a fool she is, what a fool she is. So according to the rule, it is exclaimed that, and here she is the subject, we use here she. It is exclaimed that she is a, here verb to be is, and there is the word a, she is a great fool. Okay, so we can convert into passive by another formula, that is we will use the subject first, then she is exclaimed to be a great fool. So dear student, I hope you understood the four types of sentence, how to convert into passive voice, like declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. So dear students, I hope you understood the four kinds of sentence we have already convert into active voice into passive voice, like declarative sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, and exclamatory students. So keep watching our video, and if you like our video, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon to get every notification. So thank you very much.